伊万，法国名厨，曾与14个国家的电视台或出版社有着合作。他的厨艺结集了他周游40多个国家所获得的灵感。在这次探寻丝路美食的道路上，他更是花样百出。chef王信仰伊斯兰教，东南亚家喻户晓的烹饪明星，主持过8档美食节目，主演过5部美食电影，曾经和包括文莱苏丹、前美国总统克林顿等众多名人合作烹饪秀。吴志宏回族，中国厨坛的后起之秀，是名厨也是老板，在金字塔旁开设一家很受欢迎的中餐馆。一身传统中国厨艺，又通晓伊斯兰饮食传统的他，烹饪起丝路美食可是游刃有余。清晨，我们离开了乌鲁木齐，踏上了探寻丝绸之路美食新的一步。告别了城市的喧嚣，大自然的美景让我们心驰神往。今天我们的目的地是位于天山之上，被誉为丝绸之路明珠的天池。在那里生活着古老而神秘的哈萨克部落，而哈萨克人的美食就是我们所要探寻的目标。
Come on, guys. What happened to Chef One? Maybe it was turned into a goddess. I can't believe this.
I'm turned to the princess.
Chef One.
Yes.
Your turn?
I'm beautiful. You know, the god from the border, border pig has turned me into a princess. And now we shall go to the lake on this beautiful boat, shall we?
This is a beautiful trip, especially with a goddess like you.
And I shall go up and show you this beautiful heavenly lake with the princess.
You want to marry me?
Marry you? Oh, no. 不要。
不要。
You know, it's been really fabulous up here. I mean, for me, this is like, it reminded me a lot of my time, traveling to Norway, with all this fjord and lake. It's like the Switzerland of China, isn't it? And this is really special because over the years, from one dynasty to another, this lake has been given a different name, from what they call it, the mirror or something like that, because of that crystal clear water. Yeah, reminded that, tears of the god. And can you imagine, over the years, all these traders coming back and forth from Europe, crossing, Central Asia, Middle East, and then all the way into the Talibakan Desert, which is so harsh and inhabited. And we always think of this hard period of people, coming through century. But yeah, they still pass through this beautiful mountain, the Shantian, and look at all these snow cap and mountain and fabulous. So it's not all that really hard places that they have to go through, but sometimes also they go through all these beautiful places. And imagine as they go through and pass, from one post trading to another, center to another, and they meet all kinds of ethnic people.
It's quite amazing as well that they managed to keep through the centuries, through the millions, these thousands of years.
Yeah.
Their own culture stayed on,
Exactly, and don't forget the food as well. And this is the reason why we're here for the Silk Road, to learn, to understand, where it all started.
We're going to see that yurt village. I can see some around the yurts, a little, we could call them houses, their local houses that they...
And we get a look of inside how a typical nomad lives, in their tent in Kazakh. And not only that...
And the food.
Yeah, and the food as well.
With the horse meat.
Yeah, and I understand, not just horse meat, we get lamb as well today.
Yes.
And then, one piece of lamb, and we get to choose which part, and we get to...
That's going to be a fine...
Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I know exactly where I went on the part of the lamb,
You like the eyes.
Don't forget, I am the princess. First choice always the princess. Alright? One word. One princess.
Yes, one.
And one princess.
来到对岸，我们进入了一个世外桃源般的世界。碧绿色的池塘，郁郁葱葱的树林，成群的牛羊，以及林中错落有致的帐篷，勾画出了一幅哈萨克人生活的画卷。我们也将在这幅画卷中探寻属于哈萨克人的美食。
I was just going through this wonderful book of mine, a story about 6th century of Islamic art, and talking about the Kazakh people. And this is where many of them live by the river bank, down in the foothill of the Shantian, Heavenly Mountain. And I was going through here, hello guys, and how it all, you were saying here about the Kazakh people, yeah? And of course, they are originated from the Yusin family. They're Yusin from the Turkish-speaking tribe, and known in ancient time as heavenly horses. And these people are supposed to have like red hair and blue eyes, and they're very accomplished horsemen, as we all know. And they have horses and all that. But today we're not eating horse's meat. We're going to have lamb. Look at that. Yeah, because they're Muslim, a live one, and so it's going to be cut the Muslim, what we call here, the halal way. Halal means, cutting, treating or this animal, cutting them, and so that they are edible in a very special process, means in a very proper manner. So it means we have to do a bit of prayer, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, and we have it cut, and then, and finally clean it and do it properly in a Muslim way. That's okay.
他就是这个哈萨克村子里的阿訇。阿訇意为教师之意，成为阿訇的人必须受过经学教育，通晓古兰经。阿訇根据职责不同，可以分为多种。这位主持牲口屠宰工作的被称为散板阿訇。
这在伊斯兰教的讲法当中啊，这个宰羊的人呢，必须是要懂古兰经的，就说要由阿訇亲自来主刀。他现在就等着羊放血啊，血放尽了，然后就可以了。那么伊斯兰教呢，在宰羊的时候有一个规定呢，就说这个羊呢必须面着西方，就说这个宰羊的时候它是敬安拉的意思，就是真主，所以这是很神圣的一个细节。那么您看宰羊的，就说师傅他会就是念古兰经。为什么我们现在站在这个宰羊的后方呢？因为如果站在羊的前面，这样是不敬的。伊斯兰教里面的讲法是不敬，就是所以一般都要站在后面。
看来吴师傅深谙哈萨克族的民族传统，那么来自遥远欧洲的伊万又会作何感想呢？
Right, this moment is a bit hard for me because that's not something I'm used to see. But it's very interesting because we go back to the basic of food. Here they don't have all the machines we have, they don't have all the technology we have, they do it in a traditional way. It's interesting, unusual for me. I'll have to learn how to prepare my dish from that, thinking of my friend there.
今天阿訇宰杀的正是哈萨克人最引以为荣的哈萨克羊。哈萨克羊仅产于天山附近，因为这里四季气候变化剧烈，终年阴晴无常，因此哈萨克羊肉质肥厚，肌肉发达，再加上天池雪水的滋润，味道更是不腥不膻，最适合制作手抓羊肉。羊处理好后，就轮到3位主持人出场了。他们首先要做的就是根据各自菜肴的特点，选择不同部位的羊肉。
And of course, now we come to the exciting part of selecting which part of animal we're using. Because I'm making a soup, and it's going to be cooked for a period of time, so I might as well, choose what do you call it, the front side of the lamb, which is the shoulder of the lamb, and maybe this part, yeah, and it's okay. Yep. And there'll be my choice of cut for my soup.
我要个羊后腿吧，羊腿，你给我拉一块子肉就可以。拿这个羊肉，用我们中餐的做法，不要骨头啊，直接做一道古老羊肉吧。我自己来了，自己动吧。
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah, that's enough.
All right.
Everything for you.
Yeah, good on. There's that piece there. All right, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's enough. I won't do too much.
主持人选好羊肉后，哈萨克人将剩余的羊肉进行了处理。接下来，好客的哈萨克妈妈将为我们展示正宗手抓羊肉的做法。这位好客的哈萨克妈妈叫做蒂里娜，她告诉我们，在哈萨克人的风俗里，男人们是不用做事的，放牧、待客、家务都由女人一手操办。他还说，哈萨克人的好客是文明的，他们有句谚语：如果你让客人饿着肚子下山，那么你跳进天池也洗不清自己的耻辱。
And what about to be a cat soup?
No, come
meow,
on,
meow.
man.
No,
Oh,
it's
put it away.
Meow meow soup. No, I don't meow meow soup. Yeah. Very nice curry. Yeah. Yeah.
要敲一下，敲断。
敲断。
That's what I need. Well, it sure works.
不用剁断是吧？就让它连着就可以是吧？
You want to try?
可以帮你做一个，来。
Just keep it one line, don't separate.
Why is that so?
你可以教我吗？
为了能真切体验手抓羊肉的全过程，3位主持人也挥动起了利斧。不过，似乎伊万干得更起劲儿一些。
My favorite instruments. Ooh, this is the way I like it in French cooking. Very friendly with the food. That's it. And as he was saying, it's very important to keep the meat together, not totally cut. I'd love to make a show only with this.
Okay.
All right, that's cool.
Cannibal.
Oh.
Oh, that was cut all of it. And
就
next
是说
come the
用
fresh
凉水
water.
让它开锅，开锅以后呢，然后上面应该有血沫嘛，把那血沫打掉就可以。哦，但有些地方的做法呢，他会把这个先焯一遍，然后把羊肉捞出来，再换一锅清水。那么他们说这里的羊肉呢，就说是非常鲜美啊，也是说没有那么多的血沫，把血沫打掉以后，就直接用原汤就可以煮了。
Okay, now let's get cooking.
All right.
Let's get excited here.
终于轮到我们的主持人登场了。在这样一个山清水秀的地方，他们会用在哈萨克人厨房里找到的原料，为我们带来3道怎样的菜品呢？
Right. So I'm going to do a little dish similar to what we would do in traditional cooking. Lamb boulangère, which is with sliced onion and potatoes and a little touch of garlic. A few spices from here, and I want to keep the ingredients with a maximum of taste.
Here we are, right on this wonderful, wonderful village of the Kazakh, and by this beautiful, what do you call it, river, with all the water flowing. I'm going to prepare this beautiful, simple lamb soup, or we call soup kambing in Malaysia. And of course, I've used all these little bowls that are given to me. And of course, being in the village here, we have all the basic vegetable, and we'll have to do our best. And I'll try to create something a bit more, what do you call that, Malaysian, by using all the spices and all that, with a bit of also the Kazakh style. So we'll have a look at Chef One soup kambing.
今天做一道这个用咱们天山脚底下这个新鲜的羊肉，用这块肉做我们中国的传统菜肴，就是古老鸡的一种做法，然后就是甜酸口味。那我今天创新一下，因为乌鲁木齐他新疆人喜欢吃辣，那么咱们可以加一点辣椒酱进里面。因为在野外只有一些简单的洋葱、胡萝卜，这是黄萝卜，就很简单。但是用我们中国的这个传统烹调方法，咱们来试一下怎么样？把这个羊油先取掉，然后把羊肉先切成条。
今天3位主持人将用相同的原料烹饪一道兼具各自国家美食特点以及哈萨克手抓羊肉特色的菜肴。原料很简单，羊肉、洋葱、土豆、胡萝卜和青椒。看来最大的变数应该是烹饪手法的不同了。
Right, first step. Voila. And I'll take out some of the fat as well there. It's a little too much fat for me. In chunks, not too big. It's going to take a little while to cook, I'd say about 45 minutes. A little touch of olive oil. Not too hot. That's it.
Oh, you get all this beautiful cut of meat, huh? Look at that. And I'm having all this skinny bone. How come he gets so lucky?
So I'm going to increase the heat.
Now, as you can see, my choice of cut of meat here, I've used a shoulder of lamb and bits and pieces of meat and carcasses, because you need a lovely soup. So you need extra strong flavor of what do you call that, from all the bones that gives that beautiful flavor to the soup, that lends beautiful flavor. So I've chosen some of those ribs as well as part of the leg here. So we're going to cut this a little bit. And as you see, because we live by here, by the mountain, and we can't have too much excessive thing. So I call my soup kambing frugal style.
我们先把羊肉切丁，切成这种拱刀的比拇指大小的丁。这里的羊肉非常嫩，切的时候非常能感觉到羊肉的嫩。
So while the meat is browning, I'm going to slice the onions. My magic French spoon. Up, a bit more oil. I'm going to lower the heat now. That's it. All right. This is the heat, not too much. I'd keep half an onion for the finishing of the dish, white onion and red onion, because they have different texture. This one is softer, this one is harder.
Next, I'm peeling my vegetable. Yeah, as I mentioned just now, when it comes to soup, you need a bit of mirepoix, some vegetable, carrots, onion. Unfortunately, we don't have some celery, but nevertheless, I'm going to use some of this potato as well because it has an added flavor. At the same time, it's good starch as well, especially in the cold winter here. Yeah, and it keeps your body warm with the lamb and the soup as well. And so the potato can only be a means of a starch as well. At the same time, it will help to thicken the soup. Yeah, and to this, I'm going to add some of my garlic. Unfortunately, I don't have ginger because ginger is essential in this kind of cooking because it will help to remove the smelly, gamey flavor. But never mind, I have some cumin and we'll have a look at the result in a short while.
然后切完丁以后，切一点洋葱，还有这个青椒，然后加入这个羊肉丁里面，再放一些调料，盐，再加点酱油。
So, why the meat is browning?
这是用点香醋，点一点，点一滴就可以，这样就可以入味了。
Right. Now I will add my spices, cumin, because this is really the main ingredients here, and the flavor of the spice to really come out has to be really cooked first in the pot. A bit of chili, not too much, and a bit of salt. Voila. Oh, the smell starts to come now. Now add my sliced onions. That's it. Voila. I want the onion to brown as well. Actually, what I'll do, I'm going to put a little bit of the lamb fat to give it a bit more flavor. Voila.
And so we're going to saute the onion together with the lamb. And you really need to sear the lamb because that gives a nice, what do you call that, flavor. The lamb goes inside. And I am going to add all my bones. Now what is important here is you caramelize the onion because there's so much sweetness in the onion. And of course there's sugar and once the sugar gets into contact with the heat, it starts to caramelize and give that nice sweet flavor to the onion. And since we don't have any ginger, so I think onion is good to have plenty of onion as well. And we also use other fresh herbs like galangal, lemongrass, which is very, very important in a typical Malaysian soup. Yeah? Although this is not typical Malaysian soup kambing, but more of my version.
这样我们腌制入味以后啊，我们就可以加一个鸡蛋，加一个鸡蛋和那个淀粉啊，把它挂糊。这样我们就可以进油锅里去炸了。
What are you doing?
Lamb and sweet sour. And
so you fry them?
Yes.
And what oil?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Now I'm going to add my potatoes. I'm going to cut my potato like would do my mother at home in small pieces like this. Voila. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up.
So while that's happening, as I always said, you've got to take a little time to cook. Now I'm going to start adding my cumin, the cumin spices. Now cumin is used a lot, coriander and all that in Xinjiang. As you understand, from back period during the Silk Road, everything's been brought by. Things were all loaded, during the Silk Road time. Not only bring precious stone, but it also brings spices, on the back of the camel, and they move, from different part of area in Europe, to Central Asia and also Middle East.
Oh, Chinese way, a lot of fried food.
Yes,
very fried, deep fried, a lot of it.
tomato.
This is like we do French fries in France.
Yes.
Deep fried potatoes. Oh, very good, my friend. Don't forget, not too salty, huh?
Yeah. Now to spice the soup, I'm going to add a bit of chili. Woo. I love my chili. Then I have a bit of tomato as well. Normally in a soup kambing, typical Malaysian soup, we don't have a tomato base, but I'm going to add tomato to make a bit different because as you know in Xinjiang, thank you, they use plenty of tomato as well. So here goes in fresh water from the river behind me, and now goes in the tomato.
此时，3位主持人的菜肴已经呈现出了不同的特点。吴师傅尝试用传统古老鸡的做法，将羊肉切块挂糊，再进行油炸。但是哈萨克羊肉是否适合古老鸡甜酸的口味呢？来自法国的伊万选择快炒，然而不熟悉中式炉灶的伊万能否将火候控制得恰到好处呢？chef王制作的是马来西亚羊肉汤，马来西亚浓汤讲究味儿重味儿杂，因陋就简的 chef 王会有何应对良策呢？
加番茄酱。
Voilà. Back on. Voilà.
So now finally my soup is simmering here. Now unfortunately I don't have any fresh herbs. Normally we put some coriander leaves, because coriander leaves really adds a lot of flavor. But unfortunately they don't have here in the mountain, and I don't think I can find any leaf around here.
打点豉油，然后我的古老羊肉就出锅了。
Right. The last part of it, I'm going to do some peppers. Yeah, in strips.
Lovely, darling. As we say, lovely, darling. You know, I love big pieces, because you cook the soup for a period of time, everything has to render, and the vegetable comes really nice, and it's not all, fall into pieces. So that's why we cut the potatoes slightly a bit larger than it's not because of soup. Oh my god, can you smell it? Can you smell it? You cannot smell it? You cannot smell it? Oh, I'll show you one. Can you smell it now? As I mentioned earlier on,
And that little salad will be to go with my lamb.
Oh.
I'm going to put it on the top of the just and a little vinegar.
Okay, and now back to the soup. As I mentioned earlier on, everything needs to be simmered very gently. Once the potato is mashed, you take a spoon and mash them, and then you put back. So you have the soup very nice and thick. So it gives a nice body to your soup at the same time, and it's always wonderful to have a nice, thick soupy soup in a very nice cold winter. This is fabulous.
Well, mine is a little burnt. And to put it gently in there.
Okay. No,
like this? All right. Voilà. That's it. Don't crush too much. That's enough. All right. Thanks.
All right.
Yeah. I put my little salad on top.
Oh, really? You have a salad?
Yeah.
How
See, like
interesting.
this?
Oh.
Voilà. I like the combination of the crispy
Hot dish.
and to finish
And sesame.
that magnificent sesame seed.
Voila!
Look at that!
Don't forget the French voila!
I can smell the peppers. I can smell the onion with a little vinegar I mixed with it. It makes all the flavor come out. And when you're going to buy this, you will find the little potatoes that are mushy, the juice of the lime which is flavored with cumin, and the onion who are crunchy on the top. Oh, that's what I call, if it's not too burnt, a cool dish. But there will be a little burnt taste because as we go along, I'll learn how to use that big wok. not so easy for me. Anyway, we just wait and see how my friends are going to like that dish.
Ian, I mean, my plan was this to be a soup, but now that it's slowly thickening up, and I think it can be just a stew as well, isn't it? With plenty of onion. Look at that. Don't you think so?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah, I think
It's lovely.
I know. Isn't that funny? We started from a soup, it ended up into a stew. Why not? Why not?
It is amazing.
Oh, amazing.
He's a magician. He's a magician.
I'm a magician.
Oh my God.
Since you have no patience, I'm going to finish this cake. But I'm going to make the sauce really nice and thick, yeah? Like chef wants stew. You know, from soup kambing, it becomes a stew kambing. Look at that, nice color. Look at that, pieces of meat. Then you get all that nice chunk pieces of meat on top. Yeah. So after this, we're gonna break the potato and try and make it into nice and thick. You know, sweet. You know, that create a body. Yeah. And so when you eat it, it's like wow, it's nice and thick. Huh?
Let me come and help you.
Correct. Thank you. Thank you. You're the first. Xinjiang, yeah, and Sichuan they like hot pepper, so we're gonna put a bit more black pepper. Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Okay. So we do. You know, and we can take some. Wait. We take some, put front, and then put back again. Nice and thick.
And you have those big pieces in there.
Yeah, how lovely. Look at it. Look at it. It's a stew, huh?
Yeah.
Nice and
Finish,
thick, yeah? Finish,
Yeah.
yeah? From a soup, yeah?
Okay.
See, for something so little, you can make it really taste very nice. And it's colorful. It's got a lot of flavor. And if you put more carrot inside, it's even more sweeter. You know, this is what we call heavenly dish. Do you agree?
Yeah,
When you eat it, you'll die and rise to heaven. Heaven can't wait. Wow, is that fabulous? Woo!
Woohoo!
除了手抓肉，烤羊肉串同样是哈萨克人餐桌上不能缺少的一道美味。由于哈萨克羊肉肉质上乘，所以肉串无需腌制，可直接烧烤。
Tribe, you know, from Turkey, yeah, as we all know. And today we eat everywhere kebab like this, yeah?
Yeah.
And look at the way they season, you know, with the chili and a bit of cumin and all that together with salt, you know. And basically the meat is just cooked with its own fat.
Yeah, because they have big cubes of lamb fat there.
Correct.
Yeah. This time it's going to be very spicy because our Chinese friend is putting a lot of spice on it.
Yeah. Because you know Malaysian is here, they like them spicy.
Liver now, he's doing the liver.
Yeah, and so from the same lamb, they prepared lunch for us. They make a nice pilaf with it. From the same lamb, we took part of it to prepare our own dishes. And chef prepared his, and you see just now. And the same piece of lamb as well is done into a barbecue. Yeah.
Right.
More chili, more nice, lagi pedas, lagi bagus, lagi pedas, lagi bagus. In Malaysia we say lagi pedas, lagi bagus. You know we say in Malaysia lagi pedas, lagi bagus. Lagi pedas means spicy. Can you say that very fast like me? Lagi pedas, lagi bagus, lagi pedas, lagi bagus.
Lagi bagus.
No, lagi. Lagi pedas, lagi bagus, lagi pedas.
That's he's been punished, trying to make me do things I can't do.
In Malaysia, lagi pedas means more spicy is better.
与此同时，已经在锅中煮了1个半小时的羊肉出锅了，浓郁的肉香刺激着我们的味蕾。接下来，3位主持人将来到传统的哈萨克帐篷，品尝正宗的哈萨克美食以及各自刚刚品质的菜肴。
Hey, the food is great. You see, this is all the traditional food from our friend the Kazakhs in their beautiful yurt. First of all, the lamb was cooked, as you saw, you know, boiled, you know, for about an hour and a half, and they serve it with onions, raw onions that have been soaked in water and salt, the famous pilaf. It's amazing because pilaf is written the same way as in French, which is a traditional rice with the lamb, and this is like dried, reduced milk, a bit like dried yogurt, a bit salty.
It's cheese, huh?
Yes, it's good
Kazak
cheese.
Yeah, Kazak cheese. It's very hard.
Yeah, the raisins, they have dozens and dozens of types of dried raisins because there are hundreds of fresh grapes in this region. And this little bread, which is traditional, pretty hard, but interesting.
And what we have here is actually beautiful yak or tent. And look at it, there's a big hole up there. And they can close it, of course, in the winter time, you know, when it's raining and all that. And you have so much air circulation inside here. And I was told more than 20 people sleep here. Yeah, and the women sleep this side, and the men sleep this side. Let's try first, we chef.
Let me describe to you
The caramelized meat.
how I feel about the taste. But you know, it attached a little bit in the dish. You know why? Because I still got to learn how to practice the wok. I realized that the heat was too high, And most important, with the oil, you have to get the oil very hot, but work out the meat very fast with a lower heat, because the burners to use for the wok are so powerful. I'm not used to that. It's not like the gentle simmering we could do in France, or sealed very fast for some instant. It's a different style.
All right.
Yes,
now
I'm learning.
Where's some meat? Which is small cut of meat, chef? Not too big for you. Enough for you? Good. Good.
那个姑娘会弹东布朗，她弹的东布朗，晴朗弦也松懈了，但音色却永远的迷人啊。